Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for Twisted Sketches with Lisa and Christy. This is the sketch that we've been working with this month, and this is the one where we twist the sketch up, and I struggle. This one I loved, so I picked this sketch, and I love this sketch. It's a hip kit sketch, and I really wanted to play with it, but I couldn't quite figure out how to twist it up other than to rotate it and maybe just change the number of photos that I used. And so without making things too complicated on myself, that's basically what I do. I grabbed a whole bunch of options that I could use for my photos, and I'm not really sure. My first option was to use this fun photo of my daughter. She's starting to watch a Disney movie, and I just happened to catch this photo, and I just love it, that castle and all of that. And I was thinking I could use one big photo and then elements to make up the design of the layout. Now, basically all I've done is I've taken the sketch and I've rotated it, flipped it so that all the bottom elements are going to be on the top and vice versa. But this is my first option, and I definitely could have gone with it. However, I kind of have a different idea in the back of my head as I was working through this. I'm like, oh, I could do a few different things with this photo and this collection that I want to use. So it's an option, and I was just kind of showing you what I could have done. I left it in so you could see. My other option, which is going to be the option I'm going to actually go ahead and play with, is two photos. Again, they're of Nora. I did happen to do a Nora layout again, and these ones are of her having a popsicle, and I scrapbooked my son having his popsicle from this summer already in my 12 Days of Summer series that I did with Daisy. And so I needed to get Nora's version of it done too. And this was going to work well. So I'm going to use the umbrella for that square, what's kind of like off in the middle. That's going to be where the umbrella goes. And then my two photos. And then I use that fun little swimsuits all on the clothesline that definitely says kind of summer vibes. And then I'm thinking about pulling in these popsicles, but it's too much. I can't make these work. And then for the top, what I decided is I grab another piece of chipboard, and it says Summer Days, and that is going to be my title for this layout. And it kind of just is going to make that bottom part where the photo would be kind of cut off. That's going to be where my title goes. So you can see how I've rotated it. Now, this is what my layout looks like. That part was really simple. The problem is what to do after. So my first option and thought here is I'm going to go ahead and turn my photos. Either I was going to back them on these tags, but what I actually end up doing, because my photos are quite zoomed in and I didn't want to take away, I love her little chubby hands and I didn't want to cut any of it off. So I'm going to turn my photos into tags instead of backing them with the tags, and this is a really cool effect. I like the way that this looks. And then I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to trace where the tags are going to go so I know. I'm going to do some mixed media with that fun heart stencil that I have. I use this one a lot. It's a very loved stencil of mine. And I'm going to use I believe I use a little bit of Dazzlers. No, it's not Dazzlers. It's a Shimmers product. It is Dazzlers. It's called Foiled Again. And I'm almost done with it, which is good because it's starting to dry out. And I'm going to put it in the 3 spots where like the thread would go. In the teal, in the silver, I was thinking about using teal, but instead of going ahead and going back in with teal, I'm going to use a little bit of splatters and just a few of my Shimmers products. And in that case, I used 3 colors. I use the colorings Well Blue Me Down, Vibes Frostbite, which is my favorite blue of all times, and a Vibes Razzle Dazzle Berry, and it just kind of helps give it a little bit of something. And I like the way that turns out as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then after doing all of that, I also went ahead and where I drew the lines for the tags, I just poked a few holes with my my paper piercer, and I did some hand stitching in a blue, which kind of matches her little shirt that she's wearing. It's got the same color blue to it. So just a little added something back there because I didn't do a whole lot else to it. And as I'm still looking at this layout, I feel like it's missing. Like, I need to add something. It's still missing something and I still can't figure out what it is. So I'm hoping I come up with it. And when I post on Instagram, I always post my layouts on Instagram. It will, you can see what I've done to make it a little bit more. Because at this moment, I'm still looking at it the way you'll see it on my end photo here. And I still feel like it's missing something. So I'm going to go ahead, do all of that. My mixed media is done. Everything gets glued on and we're good to go. And I'm happy. I'm going to add a little border strip up at the top. You'll see me get to that. And that I use, this is a super old collection. The Pier from Crate Paper. Yeah. So that's what most of this actually is from. And so it has a little bit more of a vintage vibe. So I am trying to be cautious about that. But I'm going to use one of the little border strips that came from the pattern paper to go ahead and use at the top where that scallop piece is in the sketch. And I'm thinking, okay, this is good. And then at the very end, I'm like, oh my goodness, ribbon. I'm supposed to add some sort of ribbon to this layout. That's the extra challenge. I forgot all about that. So I went in and thankfully I don't own ribbon unless I get it in a kit or something. Ribbon and I don't buy it. But Christina sent me for my surprise kit for September. There was ribbon in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and use this bright pink pom-pom ribbon to make up for the fact that I forgot. And that's going to get placed up at the top as well. I do like this because it does bring in a little bit more of the pink and the girliness to this layout. And so that really helps. And then I'm still struggling trying to decide what to do. And my final answer kind of is I'm going to draw some lines, decide where my journaling is going to go. It's going to go up at the top, just so it's kind of got a little bit of weight up there. I didn't want to put it next to the photos. I felt like that would make it a little off balance. And then because of all the white space that you can see, I trimmed the white pattern paper, and you'll see that at the very end. And then I back it with another bright pink pattern paper that I think is like Echo Park or something. But it's really pretty. And so that's going to be what I end up using to back in. And I was happier with that. But like I said, I'm still feeling like something's missing somewhere. So it'll come together. I sometimes just leave layouts on my desk for a few days and stare at them and work on other projects, and then something comes to me and I can finish it and I'm happy with it. So I'm sure that's what's going to happen with this layout because I still like it. I think it's really cute. But it's missing just the final pieces. So this is my take on twisting up the sketch. A little basic, but I like it. Please go head on over and check out Lisa's take. I know we posted a little bit late this month. The sketch was a struggle. This twisting it up was a little bit of a struggle, and then there was colds in my family. So a little bit late. I apologize about that, but we will be back next month with a new sketch and a new challenge, and I hope you enjoy. This is always such a fun series to do, and it's only 2 layouts a month, so it's quite manageable for the most part when I'm not in the middle of doing a 12-day series with Daisy. So thanks everyone so much for watching. Like I said, you're just going to watch me kind of finish backing it with this piece of pattern paper from Echo Park. And that's going to wrap this up. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, anything I can help answer. I love to hear from you. I do read all your comments. And you're going to have a look at my finished layout. Like I said, check out Instagram. It might be a little bit different if you see that. And it's Christy's Beautiful Life on Instagram. Bye everyone.